So Kyle Reid once again on pole position from John Duncan after that very dominant victory in race number 1. Kyle he will be full of confidence. Not that he needs that, he's a very confident chap at the best of times. Once again, we're on board with John Duncan. You can see him, he's trying to get the biting point, just getting ready to release that handbrake the minute the lights go out. Lights are now starting to come on the bridge. Let's see who gets that all-important jump and perfect start down towards Duffus Dip. Away they go. Let's hope there's no safety cars in this race. Down we come towards Duffus, and once again, Kyle Reid, perfect start. He's already on the racing line. John Duncan's in second place as they go over the crest of the hill there, and we hold our breath to make sure everybody gets through the corner. The first couple of corners can always bring out so much trouble for these mini drivers. They're all so fierce and they never want to give an inch as they now make their way up and over the crest of the chicane. When they get through, that's where we saw Michael Weddell having a bit of a moment in race number 1. He come through there over the crest of the hill on the grass, but thankfully not to be this time as they head round towards the hairpin. The front three now starting to break away. In fact, that's a massive breakaway at the end of lap 1 in a mini race as they come in towards the hairpin. John Duncan goes right up the inside. Robbie Dalglish trying to go round the outside, but not to be. These guys will need to use their head because they've got a nice bit of a gap over David Slay, and if they can just focus for the first part of this race, they'll keep that gap. If they start infighting, before you know it, David Slay will drag the rest of the guys, which is Dom Wheatley behind him, up towards him, but side by side into Duffus Dip. John Duncan on the inside, and he's having to fight hard because there's Robbie Dalglish. Wow, Robbie Dalglish tries to go round the outside, then up the inside. He's now on the outside. Can he get the cut back at the exit of McIntyre's? He tries for it, but it's not to be as Kyle kicks up the dust on the exit of McIntyre's, but he's still on the track as he makes his way through the chicane. So bit of a fight for second place there. Look how that's dropped him back towards David Slay now, and that's given Kyle Reid the opportunity at the front to try and get his head down and try and break away and try and get this race done and dusted nice and early on. So John Duncan and Robbie Dalglish showing very, very committed, clean racing down through Duffus Dip, through Leslie's, in towards McIntyre's. Great to see those guys with a bit of racing respect for each other. Once again, nobody wanting to give an inch. And now the track at the hairpin, that's a genuine bona fide overtaking spot there. You can see the track on the inside is dry, so if anybody's going to send it just like that up the inside, great manoeuvre. That was Ashley Morris here. And I've sent that one up the inside and made that move count and stick. Well, we're back at Duffus Dip now. Robbie Dalglish will be sizing up John Duncan, and John Duncan might not have it all his own way in this race for second place. He spent most of race number 1 focusing on the back of car number 20, but he's got car number 91 right up the back of him in this one as Mike Coates goes through in one of the DSR cars. Great watching these guys come through that Arnold chicane, it really is. Michael Coates there, one of the most flamboyant, and just behind him somebody even more out of control. And look at this, John Duncan's managed to home right up into the back of Kyle Reid, so he's brought everybody back together, and he's telling Kyle, go, 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 just keep going, I'm not going to try and pass you in. And what does he do? Bang, up the inside. Proper racing driver, but no, he sticks to his word. Tell Kyle just to try and get your head down and disappear because I want to get away from Robbie Dalglish, says John Duncan. Robbie Dalglish will in turn have his eyes fixed firmly on the back. Maybe not John Duncan, he'll be watching what Kyle Reid's doing. Because if he sees Kyle starting to get a bit of a gap at the front, you're guaranteed that he'll be wanting to make sure that gap is halved, because he'll be getting past John Duncan. A little bit of side-by-side action up the main straight there and in towards Duffus, one of the Andy Lamont cars. That could well be Davy McNaughton on a bit of a comeback drive after a disastrous race number 1 where he was hit quite hard at the hairpin by number 7 Michael Weddell, and then went off at the chicane when the bumper was dragging. As the top 5, 6, 7 guys all come through the chicane now with the same kind of style, a little four-wheel drift, not scrubbing off too much speed in the car as they make their way up the back straight. Now Hannah Chapman's quite out of position. We've got to see that Hannah Chapman finds herself down the wrong end of the leaderboard, which is a strange one. Now John Duncan, now why are you over there, John? Is there somebody alongside you? Has somebody got a run on you coming through Clark Corner? Yes, they have. There comes Robbie Dalglish. Oh, the mirrors fold in. There's a tiny, tiny little bit of rubbing. Robbie Dalglish then gets shown the edge of the track. That's going to make him lame up the main straight. Here comes David Slay. David Slay alongside him, already past Robbie Dalglish. Now Robbie Dalglish has a problem. Has that wheel-to-wheel contact with John Duncan. Either he pulled out a tyre valve or has it broken a drive shaft, and CV as Robbie, what a disaster for the 91 car, pulls off at the Beatson's Building Supply Bridge by the looks of things here, and he will park that car and have no further action in this race. What a disaster. He looked set for a podium, he looked set for maybe even the top stop of the race, top spot I should say, in this race. So let's try and get it back together now as we watch the second group of drivers make their way up the back straight through Clark. That's Ian Munro and Dom Wheatley battling hard at the front of that one with car number 81. Dougie Simpson, a man who's made his way over from the BMW Compact Cup Championship. And great to see him figuring in this one, as well as David McNaughton. A couple of guys have made their way over, and Ashley Morris, in fact, from the BMW Compact Cup in towards the Celtic Speedway Cooper. There goes Kyle Reid, John Duncan with a nice buffer over David Slane. Now David Slane turned a nice buffer over Ian Munro, who has absolutely no gap over Dom Wheatley, as that looks like Craig Blake making a manoeuvre in towards the hairpin there. It's a long camera shot for me to make a judgment, but it was a very good overtaking manoeuvre, whoever it was, going into the hairpin. As we hold our breath as Ashley Morris now, as Rhys Robertson, car number 20, no, sorry, Ross Wilkinson going past her into the first step, and Munro makes a mistake. Ian Munro makes a mistake. That's going to hurt you. You're going to lose 1-2 positions there, and that's very unfortunate for Ian, just trying too hard, carrying too much speed into McIntyre's, and it seems to take an age to get back on the track once you make that little error. And Ian Munro will not be happy with himself, a man who is always there or thereabouts when it comes to championship time at the end of the season. He'll not be needing to do too much more of that this year, as Wheatley goes defensive from Simpson in towards the hairpin. The leaders are already through, 1, 2 and 3. Wheatley now has Simpson going underneath him. We're next to the corner. Can Simpson get that up the main straight? Can he hold a nice tight inside line as two ladies battling away in the Ladies' Cup there? That's Morris and Chapman. And car number 12 goes through. That's Rhys Robertson. You can see Rhys Robertson back racing. And look at this, Dougie Simpson has got up the inside, and it looks like he's going to make that stick as we go past the stricken Rhys. No, we don't go past Robbie Dalglish's car now. This one wasn't a yellow flag there. Simpson absolutely on the limit as he goes past Dom Wheatley there. Dom Wheatley really didn't have much left there, and neither did Douglas Simpson. That was a great manoeuvre. Lovely little drift with that mini as it went through the top of Duffy Step, and now over the crest of the chicane. Very easy to overdrive these cars, and that's when you start going slow. These guys, they have got it absolutely nailed early on in the season. They'll have done a little bit of winter testing, one would imagine, and they'll be liking this new track surface at Knockhill. And car number 81, Simpson, is driving absolutely supremely in this little mini, coming from the rear-wheel drive BMW. He's having to defend though, because look at that, Ian Munro's involved in this as well, and Michael Weddle and Michael Courts together. That's a battle I wouldn't want to be involved in, as you can see coming up the main straight there. This could go horribly wrong at any possible second. Two very, very hard charging drivers, Weddle and Coates, as they make their way over the crest of the hill now. Not long to go in this race as they take a big deep breath once more and go over the top of Duffy's Dip. David Slay now looks like he's maybe starting to make some sort of charge up to the back of John Duncan, but these two guys have unfortunately lost touch with the leader. Kyle Reid has disappeared in this one again. It looks like he will make it 2 out of 2, and there's the battle for 4th place. 4th, 5th and 6th come through, and then you've got Weddle and Courts drops a wheel off the gravel again. He's going to have to watch, because the track limits rule will be enforced, and if you find yourself putting wheels in the gravel all the time, back to the course Steve Burns, along with a bit of help from driving standards man Joe Tanner, they will catch you, and yeah, they will give you a penalty if it is necessary. Wipers on for David McNaughton as he comes through the chicane. And look at this, Rhys Robertson gets pushed up the back straight. Can he get past Ashley Morris as they go in towards Clark? Yes, he can. Good, clean manoeuvre there. And I have to say, I think he was helped with a little bit of pushing up the main straight, or up the back straight. Speaking of main straight, 1, 2, 3, your leaders go through. Then 4, 5 and 6, the next group of 3. And it looks like Michael Weddle has got the better of Michael Courts. Maybe the couple of little errors from Michael Courts just starting to hurt his tyres now, throwing the car a little bit too sideways in certain places. McNaughton well up there as well. It looked like it was Ross Wilkinson that he was right behind. On to the last lap of the race. McNaughton has a go at the top of the step. That's a long, long lunge from a long way back there, but David thinks better of it. Rather not damage the car in this race after he was hit in race number 1. Good sponsorship for Andy Lamond in the side of that car though, as he makes his way up and through the chicane. Good line from McNaughton coming through there now. Has he got underneath Wilkinson as they make their way up the back straight? Can he make that one count? The camera just needs to pan round so we can follow that one. And there's Chapman goes through as well. Yes, McNaughton does make it count. Perfect bit of camera work there from the cameraman on the banking to get the car and the overtake happening as he goes through Clark. But here he comes. It's going to be 2 to 2 for this man, Kyle Reid. And could he weave any more up towards the checker flag? John Duncan in 2nd place. 3rd place for David Slay. In 4th place is Douglas Simpson. 5th for Dom Wheatley. 6th for Ian Munro. Good drive for Munro. Look at those two. Weddle and Courts come across the line, join together at the hip. I'm sure we're going to see an awful lot more of that as the year goes on. McNaughton comes home as well. And David McNaughton will be delighted with that one. That's a good drive for him after what happened in race number 1.
Everybody else swarming around behind him. Hannah Chapman trying to get along for Ashley Morris now. But Ashley has finished outside the road and just off the line. So that's for